Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Adam Steele from Hot Pole Studios, and in today's little pedal review we're looking at the Neunaber Immerse. This is the Mark II Immerse, I believe, and it's again a very clever little pedal that they've got some of the most massive reverb sounds into a stomp box that you can imagine. This is the sound of my PV Windsor as it is with the, let's go with the neck pickup on the Les Paul this time. Okay, so here's the sound of this Les Paul with the coil tap on the neck pickup. And this time I have the pedal, which is the Immerse, in the effects loop of the amp, because I want this to come after the distortion, if there is any at all. Because I want to keep that lovely, lush, huge reverb kind of sound. This thing has plenty of options. It doesn't have to do that shimmery thing, which I particularly like. It can be more of a classic. See, it's got a plate reverb. So if we go to the plate, and then change the pre-delay, the level, the depth, so it's not quite so in your face. So you can back that off a little, but instead of the dry tone here, if I turn this on now, so it's got a plate style reverb like that. It also has a hall. Which of course a hall is much more, it can sit in the background better. It's not got that high end kind of, which if you're going for an 80s kind of sound, you can always get the plate out and go. But the hall is much more of a, so you get much more of a sat back kind of sound. Let's look at wet, because that's one of Neunaber's separate pedals. The wet, how does that sound? I wouldn't say that sounds like a spring reverb, but it sounds more like something in keeping with what you would expect a nice modern guitar amp with an inbuilt reverb to do. This particular amp doesn't have an inbuilt reverb, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to play with the Immerse. Again, if I turn this off, we get, and I turn it back on. It makes you just want to keep playing. It does have a spring setting, so let's check that out. 1, 2, 3, there we go. Let's turn up the effect level on this spring and see what we get. Yeah, again, it doesn't sound exactly the same to me as a real spring reverb, but funnily enough, I don't really like the sound of real spring reverbs. I think they have quite a nasty kind of springing quality, well, obviously, to them that that just doesn't mesh right with me, but this sound makes me want to start playing single line licks or big chords and do that kind of... Now, the shimmer really is the main star of the show for a lot of people because that's got that big... that echoey kind of thing, that pitch shifted. That. So if we go... that top octave there really helps it ring out. Let's look, there's another version of this. There's A and B, so let's have a look at this other one. Oh, that's much more in your face. Yeah, nice. So there's one called Plus Echo. Let's have a look at that. Reverb Plus Echo. And then there's Plus Detune right at the end. Now that's interesting, as long as I turn the reverb level down. I've got a chorus reverb entire package here, so if I turn that off again, that's what I'm getting, and then... So this is a very capable little box that's got a lot going on and can make these absolutely huge sounds, even with plenty of gain applied, I'm sure. Now, one last thing to talk about here is the way the pedal is made is very clever indeed. The switch, it's not a hard clicky switch, it's some sort of optical thing inside, and it's got full stereo in and full stereo out. You don't have to use that, I'm using it in mono today, but it gives you the option to have a full stereo rig. And at the top there are two switches. One is kill dry, which if I switch that, does exactly as described, does... completely removes the rest of the original signal and leaves nothing but the reverb, which could be really nice if you're going for either really ambient cloud tones or if you're running a wet dry setup, so one amp's got the original tone and you want one amp to just have the reverb and such. This is a great way to do it. And there's a switch marked Trails, which is one that I've had on at the moment, but if I turn that off, what that is if I do a big chord, I can turn the pedal off and everything just cuts. But if I have the Trails switch on and then do this, I can turn the pedal off and then whatever I do next is completely without reverb, but the original reverb tail keeps going. So if you've got some big crazy solo part, which has a nice big ring, but then you want to go straight back into a rhythm part, you can do that. So let's see what happens if I put my preamp volume really high and get a bit of gain going. So if I go... And you can hear while I'm playing that rhythm part that the nice end of the solo reverb tail's still going, which means that it still has its little space in the mix, but we've not had to do any clever routing or anything, just one little switch and off you go. So there's a lot to go at here, and I'm finding this pedal absolutely fascinating, so I'll be playing with it as much as I can. That's all for today. Thank you everybody. The link is going to be in the description if you want to get yourself one of these, and I'm hoping to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. See you later. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this, feel free to check out our other videos as you can find here, or check out our Facebook and Twitter, or our Patreon page, which helps us to make more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.